Hallo meine Schlagens! Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today I want to talk about and provide my thoughts on the campaign for the recently released Modern Warfare 2. If you have seen my previous video, you may remember what I wanted from Modern Warfare 2. So let's discuss. Did it deliver? Or did it not? There's a lot of things to like and dislike about the campaign, or about the game in general, to be honest. But let's start with the things I didn't like first, and then we'll get on to the things that I really liked about the campaign. So, number one, the illusion of choice is very real in the campaign. There are several missions that provide multiple dialogue options, and on first playthrough I was blown away when I saw them. Did they really do it? Did they give the campaign actual replay value? Did they design different mission outcomes based on the options that you chose? They did not, unfortunately. This is by far the biggest flaw for me in Modern Warfare 2, because they would have given some of the already really good missions that little bit to elevate them to brilliant missions. Take the Recon by Fire level for example, in which you and Price are all gillied up. See what I did there? Anyway, Price commands to go and clean house in a fish factory. You have the option to suggest to Price to do this together, or even send in Price himself, with Gas providing sniper support. However, no matter which option you choose, Price just refuses your suggestions and sends you down anyway. This is such wasted potential in my opinion, and this really could have changed how you play through this mission, obviously, on several playthroughs. Just depending on the option that you pick in this dialogue. Next up, I want to quickly address the story. It was solid, but obviously it won't win any prize soon. See what I did there again? Anyway, it's your fairly basic blockbuster action movie dish, but executed with very high quality. My main issue with the story is that there isn't any loss to it, no cost to anything, and characters are more clean cut than they were in the original or even in the predecessor of 2019. If you remember, in Modern Warfare 2019, Price and Gas were operating in moral grey areas. For example, they were even torturing someone. This time around, our heroes are all very Captain America-ish, goody two-shoes, and unlike in the original Modern Warfare 2, we don't even lose any of the main characters. Nobody dies. Sorry for the spoiler, but yeah, nobody dies this one. That could have given the campaign a little extra spice and made it a bit more memorable in my opinion. Finally, the main campaign cannot be played co-op, which is a damn shame. Most of the levels in the story are actually excellent co-op material in my opinion. You're usually squatted up with one of the other lads from Task Force 141, except in the obviously aptly titled mission Alone, in which you're mostly stealthing around the streets of Mexico. And while hunting for the last bottle of tequila together with a mate would have been fun, it would also take away a lot of the atmosphere in that mission, which is a really cool one by the way. But anyway, take other missions, for example Kill or Capture. The game starts with pairing you up with Ghost, reaching a few houses in Iran. It would be so cool if you could do this co-op, reaching each house from different angles, throwing flashbangs, clearing rooms together, trying to find Hassan. The Spec Ops missions that you can actually play, the 3 that are in multiplayer, do not offer any kind of challenge whatsoever. I played them with a buddy of mine all through once, and the enemies are dumb. They don't really shoot back. They do shoot back, but they don't hit you. It's like they went to the Stormtrooper school of shooting. But it's just not good. It's just not fun, unfortunately. So again, we do not have a good co-op experience in this one, which is a shame because the game, in my opinion, is made for co-op. Maybe next time. All that being said, there's still a lot to love about the campaign in Modern Warfare 2. I think it's one of the better, if not one of the best Call of Duty campaigns altogether, and here's why. The gunplay is insanely fantastic. Basically the game is every gun lunatic's wet dream. Weapons are punchy, sound extremely gnarly, handle absolutely fantastic. They feel like really powerful weapons of destruction. Somehow it feels that they still improved the already brilliant gunplay from Modern Warfare in 2019. And there are a lot of guns to get your hands on, and in various missions you can find secret stashes with some fan favorites. Firefights really sound and feel like you are in a firefight, and the immersion is really in a class of its own. Number 2. Variety is the spice of death. One thing that makes the campaign so good in my opinion is the variety of gameplay features. Although most of the gameplay elements were already seen in previous Call of Duties, the game delivers 17 missions that all have their unique little twist on them. Some of them are obvious throwbacks to the original trilogy, but they play out very differently this time around, which I also found really cool. For example, again, the aforementioned sniper mission, which is an obvious nod to Call of Duty's best mission ever, all gillied up. One of my favorites though has got to be El Sin Nombre. I don't want to spoil too much, but there are several ways to get to the goal. You can choose violence, you can choose stealth, or a mix of both. You can even find one of my favorite sniper rifles from Modern Warfare 2019 in the house if you go exploring. At this point, I also want to quickly mention the armored enemies. A lot of people don't seem to like them online. I think those are a fantastic new addition to Call of Duty. I think this is the first game that actually has armored enemies. And in my opinion, they make the fights more interesting and more challenging. It's not only point and click anymore, like it used to be in previous titles. The fights feel more dynamic and you really have to make use of your utilities, especially on higher difficulties like Hardened or Realism. I really enjoyed that added challenge to the game. Number 4 are the characters. Infinity Ward has done a fantastic job of giving the characters actual charisma this time around. The voice actors are doing a really good job for the most part, with the exception of being Soap, who sometimes sounds like he has a sock in his mouth. I know he's Scottish, but they're overdoing the accent a little bit in my opinion. But anyway, they're really making them sound and feel like believable characters. The highlight for me was definitely the banter between Ghost and Soap in the mission alone. Their friendship is really turning into one of gaming's best bromances, if they can keep up the chemistry in future titles as well. Price continues to be an absolute boss and a badass, who would have thought. He is one who would protect his squad up until his very last breath in a heartbeat. And even Kate Laswell this time has a bigger role to play. Just a little moment that shows why she's in charge at the end of the convoy mission. Overall, I really enjoyed my time with Task Force 141 in this one. Last but not least, number 5. Modern Warfare 2 is, to me, this year's biggest action movie. And I say this as a very good thing. I said it in my last video, but as an action film fan, Call of Duty campaigns are great at scratching that itch for me every year. And in that regard, Modern Warfare 2 is probably the best Call of Duty in history. The insane graphics paired with the hyper-realistic gunfight sounds and fantastic voice acting really make this game feel like you are directing your own Michael Bay movie. The developers have said during their COD Next event that all of them are action movie fans too, and it really shows in this one. The game is taking obvious inspiration from movies like Sicario, Lone Survivor, End of Watch, and others. It does a fantastic job of making you feel like the video game version of John Wick, and I absolutely love the game for it. So, to sum it up, overall I had a blast with the campaign. The first playthrough on Hardened took me about 7 hours, a second playthrough on Realism took me another 7 hours, and hunting down all the available achievements brought up to a total of about 17 to 18 hours. Just about enough time to keep me excited until the multiplayer release. If you're looking for a blockbuster action flick in video game form, don't look any further. Modern Warfare 2 is definitely the game for you. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you so much again for clicking on today's video and for watching. If you made it this far, leave a comment and a like, meine Schlagens. Until next time, and have a nice day. Pricey boy.
Copy that.
Search for a way into the tunnels. Behind something.
May have found something there, Captain. Give us a hand, yeah?
I'll push you, Paul.
Yep.
Good work.
Look at this. Jackpot.
Be advised, multiple folks in Christian position.
Need help?
Busy fishermen. Stay on mission.
On me.
Descending.
Cartels love it times.
I wish I could say the same. Age before beauty, Captain.
The lighting in here is so good.
Bloody extensive.
I must need out from the water.
Guys just
I'm in the tunnels and
glitching through the fucking walls, no problem.
Look up.
Close is still closing. No trouble yet.
I don't like this guy.
Comes with the territory, John.
You shouldn't be out there alone.
I'm not alone. I'm armed and dangerous, Captain. Out.
I can't shoot through price.